Hi friends, it's me, Miss Grace. And here at Reading Time, we're going to be reading a brand new book with brand new characters. And it's called Matthew and Tilly. So let's look at the book. Okay, so here's the book. Look at the cover and it says Matthew and Tilly by Rebecca C. Jones. That means Rebecca C. Jones is the author and she wrote all the words in this book. And then we have illustrated by Beth Peck. So Beth Peck is the one who drew all the pictures because she's the illustrator. So on the cover, I see a boy in the window and I see a girl in another window, and it looks like they're looking at each other. I think they're talking to each other and maybe they're friends. Maybe they're Matthew and Tilly, like the cover says. I guess we have to open the book to find out. So let's get started. Okay, page 1. Matthew and Tilly were friends. So it looks like those were the kids from the title Matthew and Tilly. And look, they're walking together outside. They rode bikes together and they played hide and seek together. Look, they're riding their bikes, and if you look in this corner, right up there, that's Tilly. And it looks like she's hiding because they're playing hide and seek. Hide and seek is one of my favorite games because it's so much fun. It's when you hide and then the other person has to find you. I think they're having so much fun playing hide and seek. They sold lemonade together. When business was slow, they even played sidewalk games together. I love lemonade, it's so yummy. Do you like lemonade? They're selling lemonade outside, but sometimes people don't want lemonade, so their business is slow. So instead, they just play other games like sidewalk games, like in that picture right there. And sometimes they ate ice cream cones together. Ice cream is so yummy. And they're having so much fun sitting inside the store and they're eating together. That's really nice. And I bet the ice cream is really cooling them off from the hot, sunny day. Once, they even rescued a lady's kitten from a tree together. Wow! They rescued a kitten from a tree. That's so kind of them. I bet the lady was super thankful that they saved her kitten. The lady gave them money for the bubblegum machine. So they chewed gum together and they remembered how brave they had been. Wow, so look, right over there, all the way on the end on the other page, they have bubblegum machines. And a machine is the thing that has so many different parts. Then they work together to make something come out of it. So a bubblegum machine makes bubblegum come out of it. So they were chewing and chewing their bubblegum, and they were thinking, wow, we were so brave. They were brave, right? They climbed all the way to the top of the tree to save the kitten, and they weren't even afraid. That's so kind and brave of them. Sometimes, though, Matthew and Tilly got sick of each other. One day, when they were coloring, Matthew broke Tilly's purple crayon. He didn't mean to, but he did. Uh-oh. Matthew broke Tilly's crayon. I wonder what Tilly's gonna do. You broke my crayon, Tilly said in her crabbiest voice. It was an old crayon, Matthew said in his grouchiest voice. It was ready to break. No, it wasn't, Tilly said. It was a brand new crayon and you broke it. You always break everything. Stop being so picky, Matthew said. You're always so picky and stinky and mean. Well, you're so silly, Tilly said. You're so silly and stinky and mean. Oh no, this is really bad. Matthew and Tilly are having a fight. And they're yelling at each other and they're calling each other names. Is that a kind thing to do? No, we should never call our friends names, but it seems like they're super angry, and I think they're both really annoyed at each other because they can't even stand each other right now. Tilly's pretty angry about her crayon, and Matthew's saying, well, it wasn't my fault. I wonder what's going to happen now. Matthew stomped up the stairs by himself. He's all alone. Tilly found a piece of chalk and began drawing numbers and squares on the sidewalk. By herself. She's alone too. Upstairs, Matthew got out his cash register and some cans so he could play store. He piled the cans extra high and he put prices on everything. This was the best store he had ever made, probably because that picky and stinky and mean old Tilly wasn't around to mess it up. But he didn't have a customer, and playing store wasn't much fun without a customer. Matthew is really not having fun. Even though he made such a great store, he's not having fun because he's all alone and there's no one to play with him. Tilly finished drawing the numbers and squares. She drew them really big with lots of squiggly lines. This was the best sidewalk game she had ever drawn, probably because that silly and stinky and mean old Matthew wasn't around to mess it up. But she didn't have anyone to play with, and the sidewalk game wasn't much fun without another player. So Tilly isn't having fun either. She's really sad, and look, she even has her hand on her face, and she's just sitting all by herself outside with nothing to do. Matthew looked out the window and wondered what Tilly was doing. And Tilly also looked up at Matthew's window and wondered what he was doing. She smiled just a little. That was enough for Matthew. I'm sorry, he called. So am I, said Tilly. They're apologizing to each other. They're saying sorry. And Matthew ran downstairs so they could play together again. Oh, that was so happy. Now Matthew and Tilly can play together again, and they're so happy that they apologized to each other, and they are going to have so much fun because now they can play with each other and they're not lonely anymore. So Matthew and Tilly forgave each other, and that was really kind of them to do that. I had so much fun reading this book with you guys, and I hope you had so much fun too. And I can't wait to see you at Sister Time. See ya!